Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be helping you with your Botafogo. I would like to give you some more specifics and some examples on how you can adjust a little bit the mechanics to make it more appropriate for your choreography or for the idea you're trying to sell doing the Botafogo. So we're going to be talking about when do we use a Volta action, maybe in your Botafogo, when we're going to be using a progressive Samba walk action, and when we're going to be using maybe a cruzada walk action. And how do we do this second step, that side rock? Don't feel stuck and having that hip staying there and then falling into your next step just because you tried, to stay an extra second or two too long. So let's start. First thing that I want to discuss is what is the first step that you're going to be doing. I've seen and I've heard many versions. I want to give you my understanding and my ideas. So try it for yourself. That's the best way I always recommend, and see if it works, if it helps you, if it makes it look more comfortable, if it makes it look better. So one thing that I can recommend is the first thing we can do is there's two ways of doing the first step. You can do it through a Volta action, that lapping cross, and then from there you can go into the side rock. So you do Volta, and then you go side rock, Volta, and you go into the side rock. Usually the Volta action is going to give you maybe a little bit more bounce, because Botafogo in general is not a step that has a huge bounce. It has a slight bounce and it's not meant really to produce that much of a stationary feeling. It's more about having you travel. So another version, this is the more common version that people use, is starting through a cruzada walk. So you start through a cruzada walk and then you go into the Botafogo. This is your cruzada walk, and then you go into the Botafogo. So cruzada walk, and then you go Botafogo, then cruzada walk, and then you go Botafogo. I find that the cruzada walk sometimes is the reason why people end up having their hips sticking out for too long. Instead of a cruzada walk, think of it as a progressive Samba walk. And let's talk real quick what is the difference. So if you have a cruzada walk, you're going to have much longer having your hips staying up. If you do a basic progressive Samba, this is that step that usually in a bronze you do with your partner in a prominent position, and you progress forward in either you do a back rock or a side rock. The difference in between the two is that when you do the progressive Samba walk is that you collect the feet much faster underneath your body. So if you're a more beginner dancer or you're dancing in the pro-am division with your teacher, you might not have the time to stay and sell that cruzada walk and gather underneath fast enough so you look continuous in your movement and you're not stuck. So in order to prevent that, I would say treat it more of a progressive Samba walk. And in that progressive Samba walk, you're going to be gathering your feet much faster. And actually I find that when I give this to the prom students that I do competitions with, I even ask them to twist and create a little bit of faster swivel in their feet on the moment of arrival on count one. I find that this gives them an extra action and some more edge to their dancing. So we can go from here, we can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now of course, these are different versions depending on what idea you're trying to sell. So to repeat those three versions. Version number one, I call it a Volta Botafogo. You can do it through a Volta action. You go 1, 2, 1, 2. Version number two is how it is in the book, which is a cruzada walk. So from here you're going to be going and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Again, maybe this is for more experienced dancers, somebody who already has awareness about which body parts, how much time you have, so you don't end up doing it the wrong way, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and having your bum sticking out, which maybe looks good on the picture, but remember, most of the judges in the audience is going to be watching you live, and probably you're going to have a video you wouldn't like seeing yourself doing it that way. And the third version is, instead of doing the cruzado walk, I'll say try to do it with a progressive samba walk. Instead of having that hip stay longer, the moment your front heel drops down and you touch the floor, try already to collect the legs together. So you're gonna have again that pelvic action, having the tailbone coming under. On top of that, if you want to take it a step further, the moment you collect, you can try and produce already a pivot. And now you're gonna dance out of that leg. So you're gonna go straight away, straight away, straight away, straight away, straight away,